So another pose that I do regularly, as you can see, it's called a hero pose. And in my running years, I used to do this pose religiously almost every day, and it protected my knees to a large extent. I stopped running when the yoga poses weren't beneficial anymore, when I was starting to get too much pain and so on, so I stopped running. But I want to show you, and depending on the condition of your knees, this will be higher or lower. In an ideal world, you'd be able to sit between your feet, maybe just on a thin block, or with your buttocks on the floor between your feet. But of course, I've slowly, and I do it on a daily basis. So I've now got it down to 4 foams. So I do the 4 foams. I have a blanket, as you can see. The blanket is for my knees. I dig my thumbs in behind the back of the knees. I pull the flesh towards the heels, and then I rotate the calf muscles out, and then I bring my buttocks down onto the block. Now, in some instances, you may be able to have the blocks lower. You might be able to sit further down. In some instances, you might have to sit higher, more foams under your buttocks, or doesn't matter how much you need. But as long as when you sit in this position, there shouldn't be really hectic pain in your knees. So that I set my timer for 5 minutes, and I do a few variations while I'm in the pose. Lift my knees just to ease any tension, okay? And then I use a simple twist. So I put my left hand behind me and I hook the foams. I put my right hand on the outside of my left knee. I sit up straight, and then I turn and look over my left shoulder. So I'm twisting to the left. Then I turn my head all the way to the right. And then on the next exhalation, I twist over my left shoulder and I hold the pose. So I'm doing a left hand twist with my back straight. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Then I slowly come to the center and I reverse the process. So I hold the blocks on the outside of my right hand. My left hand is on the outside of my right knee. I sit up straight and I look over my right shoulder, twisting all the way to the right. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Now I look over my left shoulder as far as I can go. And then on the exhalation, twist my head around again to the right and complete the twist. And I slowly come to the center, place my hands on my knees, sit up straight. There's still no serious discomfort in my knees, okay? Remember, that's very important. If you have serious discomfort in your knees, you're sitting too low, you need more height under the buttocks. There should be no strain or discomfort in your knees. Now, close your eyes, and we're going to work on the head. So you drop your head down to your chin. Inhale, take your head all the way up and back. Drop your head down to your chin. Breathe in, take your head all the way back. Then center your head. Now go to the left. Turn your head all the way to the left. Slowly come back to the center. Turn your head all the way to the right. Come back to the center. Turn your head all the way to the left. Come back to the center. Turn your head all the way to the right. Then you come to the center. Drop your head. And now roll your head to the left. All the way around 4, and stop, and reverse. Going to the right first, up and down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then relax. So you're sitting still with your eyes closed in Virasana. Sitting with your back straight, your knees are aligned. You might feel a slight discomfort or slight stretch or slight tightness in the knees, depending on how stiff they are and how wonky your knees are. You can bring your hands in Namaste if you want to. If you prefer to sit like that, sit up straight, keeping your eyes closed. So use the seated posture not only as an exercise for your knees, but also as a twist, an exercise for your neck, and as a simple meditation pose, where you can just sit with your eyes closed, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Focus on any discomfort in the body, so breathe into that discomfort. And as you exhale, breathe that discomfort out of the body. You can hear 5 minutes is up, and you've had a very productive 5 minutes. Now, importantly, when you come out of the pose, don't rush out of the pose. Gently come up onto your knees, onto your hands and knees. Now, stretch the right leg out, straight behind you, as far as it'll go, and extend into the heel of the right leg. You can see my right leg is stretched behind me. So what's happening now, the knee is opening and there's fresh, healthy blood flow to the knee, which will help the knee. Hold that for a little while. And then you stretch the left leg out. Hold it for a while. Let the blood flow normalize. And slowly, that's it. And then I'm going to end off with one last pose, which I call the Brahasana. But I'll get into that in a moment.